In the land of Uz, there lived a man whose name was Job. This man was blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys, and had a large number of servants. He was the greatest man among all the people of the East. One day, the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming throughout the earth, going to and fro on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil." "Does Job fear God for nothing?" Satan replied. "Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." The Lord said to Satan, "Very well then. Everything he has is in your power. Oh, that you would rend the heavens and come down, that the mountains would tremble before you, as when fire sets twigs ablaze. Look away from me that I may enjoy life again, before I depart and am no more." His lightning lights up the world. Clouds and thick darkness surround him. My heart says of you, "Seek his face." Your face, Lord, I will seek. Your hands shaped me and made me. Will you now turn and destroy me? Oh, that I might have my request. That God would grant what I hope for, that God will be willing to crush me, to let loose his hand and cut off my life. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Come down to make your name known to your enemies and cause the nations to quake before you. For when you did awesome things that we did not expect, you came down, and the mountains trembled before you. Since ancient times, no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides you, who acts on behalf of those who wait for him. You come to the help of those who gladly do right, who remember your ways. Then the Lord spoke to Job out of the storm. "Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Would you discredit my justice? Would you condemn me to justify yourself? Do you have an arm like God's, and can your voice thunder like his? Then adorn yourself with glory and splendor, and clothe yourself in honor and majesty. Unleash the fury of your wrath. Look at all who are proud and bring them low. Look at all who are proud and humble them. Crush the wicked where they stand. Bury them all in the dust together. Shroud their faces in the grave. Then I myself will admit to you that your own right hand can save you."
I think a lot of Christians like to think that there's some sort of like war going on between Satan and God, and that he's like attacking you without God knowing, and God's going, dang it. He got him, and I didn't want him to get him. We have to remember that it was God who presented Job. And it was God that initiated the conversation of bringing these trials upon Job, that Job might demonstrate the power of God in him. And so I rested in the fact that the Lord was in control of all things. Ephesians 1:11, God who works all things together according to the counsel of his will.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did that foster any resentment in your heart?
No, because I deserve hell. Okay? What I deserve is hell. What I've received is mercy and grace. And when we think that we deserve anything more than hell, we have a high view of self that is unbiblical. So self-love is blinding. And we love ourselves so much, we don't realize that what we deserve is to burn in hell for eternity. What we've received in the gospel is abundant grace and mercy. Anything beyond abundant grace and mercy is just like absolute blessing. The fact that I can laugh and I can take my wife on a date and I can, roll around on the floor with my kids, that's all blessing. I don't deserve any of that. And so we need to lower ourselves to the biblical anthropological view of who man is, so that you go, you know what, my sufferings are not worthy to be compared to the glory that will be revealed in me as God glorifies me through faith in Christ. My sufferings are not, you can even look at your trials as joy, as it says in James. You can be joyful in the midst of trials because there's nothing that can happen to you that can take away the salvation that was given to you. I mean, it's like, if you have Christ, you have everything. You can go through cancer. You can go through terrible grieving of lost loved ones. You can go through depression. Whatever it is, you can make it through, not because of you, but because of Christ in you. And if you have Christ, nothing, you can lose the whole world and have Christ and have more than anybody else, more than enough. So that posture is key, to suffer well.